night watch, we them bat cows. We the night watch, we them bat cows. If there's any trouble, we don't back down. We the night watch.
Yo, what's going on, my heroes, my villains, my fellow cow collectors, and everybody else on YouTube? It's your bromie, the Gay, back at it again with another Bat Cow video. Ooh.
At Palm NFT Studio. On August 15th, we dropped some pretty awesome news. Here's a quick recap in case you missed it. Bat Cowl holders will receive early access to a new Harley Quinn NFT. We're also going to be celebrating Batman Day on September 17th with the cover reveal for Batman the Legacy Cowl. We've got the Batman Archive Tour and private video channel that you're all invited to. It's coming in September, so be on the lookout. Our private Bat Cowl holder only Discord channel is live, so if you're a holder, be sure to check in regularly for exclusive content, events, storylines, behind the scenes sneak peeks, challenges, and so much more. Lastly, cowls are still available on the secondary market at nft.dcuniverse.com, and anyone interested should follow us on our @BatCowls and @PalmNFT Twitter handles. Today we've got Josh Hackbarth, Head of NFT Commercial Development at Warner Brothers, and Matt Mason, Chief Content Officer at Palm NFT Studio. They're here with us to answer some of your questions on our recent utility drop. Hi Josh, hi Matt, welcome, and thank you both for joining us today.
Hey there, nice to be here. Good to see everybody again.
Hey Shay, hey guys, good to see everyone.
Okay, so we've got a few questions for you. So let's get to it. The first one goes to Matt. Matt, what can you tell us about the Harley Quinn drop?
Good question. So yeah, look, there's a lot of good stuff coming with this. So how can I put this? So Harley's got her eye on the Night Watch. I see a lot of you out there. She's been watching you guys, and look, she's coming for you guys. That's all I can say. She's going to be planning a little adventure, recruiting a crew of her own, and this is going to be something that impacts the Night Watch. Everybody out there I know, going on patrol, doing all the things you're doing. It's about to get real. Harley's noticed you guys, so that's the first thing. And then we've got the drop coming in September. I don't want to say too much about that. I think it's going to be a really big surprise. The thing I can say about it that I've said to a few of you before in Spaces is this is going to go off with a bang. So just be ready for that.
Thanks, Matt. That's exciting. Josh, what is it about Harley Quinn that makes her such a good follow-up to Batman when making NFTs for the DC Universe?
Man, who doesn't love Harley? She's great. I think the big news about Harley is we're celebrating her 30th anniversary this year, if you can believe that, in September. So that certainly is great from a overall DC perspective. But Harley, it's Harley herself. She's just fan favorite, right? Like everybody loves her. She's fun. She's lively. She definitely knows how to bring the party. There's a great series out on HBO Max if you haven't seen it. She's just a really, really exciting character. We're super excited for the fans to engage with some of the stuff that Matt was hinting about. I think it's going to be really fun for everybody. But she's to echo Matt, she's ready to stir up some I guess we call it hijinks and shenanigans across Gotham City, and specifically for the Night Watch.
I'm definitely ready for that. Okay, the next question is for both of you. Now that comic voting has been going on for a while, how is that going? Are the votes lining up with the creative expectation, or are the holders throwing you some curveballs?
Oh boy. So I'm going to answer this from two sides. One, as a fan, because I am also a cowl holder. And I've been voting alongside all of you, and I will say my vote doesn't always win, but it's such a ride. I can't say it's lining up or not lining up with the creative expectation, because there isn't one, right? Like, this is a comic that we're creating together, and I hope everyone's felt like how many choices truly go into developing a comic like this. But DC is doing such a great job with all the votes. The creators are working in real time as we do this, and you can imagine how difficult that is. So huge shout outs to the writer Dan Abnett, the interiors, Pablo Collar, and of course the cover artist Mikhail Hanin. It's been a journey as we go along. But I think what's also super exciting, it's so fun to see everybody, the participation and passion from the community with all of these votes. I mean, I will say, like, as a fan, it does get a little exhausting how many votes there are, and sometimes you miss one and whatever, but the turnout for these votes is, I think, definitely surpassing our expectations, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that was always a goal with Backhouse, is we wanted to create an experience that was, I guess, exhausting is definitely one way of putting it, right? We wanted to give you all just too much to do and too much to get involved with, that you would miss stuff. Like, that's the dream. And yeah, look, I've been in the same boat as Josh as a fan, just sometimes missing things, and looking at some of these things like the cover sketch. That was a hard choice. And I think some of the editors on the DC side, I think they've been relieved that the fans are actually making some of these choices. And then, yeah, seeing people like Pablo Collar actually tweeting about the Batmobile art and being involved in the conversation. This feels like I've said this before a lot of times. I grew up remembering Death in the Family and the impact that had on me as a kid, seeing that the fans could vote on a choice in a comic, a really meaningful choice. But this is something new and different that's happening here. This feels so much like a conversation and a collaboration. And how this is playing out into the bigger creative plan that we're working on for the comic book is really exciting. So, the last thing I'll say on this is keep your eyes on your inboxes. Like, final votes are coming soon, and looking forward to the cover reveal of Batman: The Legacy Cowl, which is going to happen Batman Day, September 17th.
Matt, the Bat Cowl holders are now solving mysteries as part of the Gotham City District Night Watch. Can you give the listeners any hints about how that will all play out?
Yeah, I get my DMs every day. I've got cowl holders in there presenting me crazy. Like, I found this thing. Is this connected? There's so many things. There's so much fun stuff here. And the first things that are rolling out are the patrols on the street. The Bat computer is really the source for everything in world that's going to be happening. All the assignments, all of the clues and updates. The Bat computer is where most of this is going to roll out. I keep seeing cowl holders finding things in other places and connecting dots. And look, I'm not going to say that we're not going to do that, because that's fun too. But the Bat computer is going to be the source of truth for a lot of things. So what's rolling out, there's 10 mysteries, one for each district. You're going to need all of the clues for each district to solve the mysteries. These will be rolling out over a period of weeks, and some clues are going to actually cross district lines. And the reason we've set this up this way is there are some deeper mysteries to solve here that we might not necessarily clue everybody into straight away, or it won't be an easy update from the Bat computer. But there's some deeper mysteries, and the only way that the Night Watch is going to be able to solve those is by crossing district lines and actually working together. So yeah, I think that's really something to really pay attention to. Like, what's going on here beneath the surface? Are these crimes related? Are they unrelated? If you see dots and they connect, maybe talk to someone in another district about what they're seeing, because some of these things will absolutely be larger than they seem on the surface. There's going to be events, and some of them will be the normal grime and crime of Gotham, but maybe there's some sinister and notorious characters plotting behind the scenes that we haven't yet told you about. That's all I'll say on that. I guess familiar characters, locations, you will see some of these things surfaced. We've got a lot of fans already theorizing about different suspects, but we've not really found the solutions yet. But we haven't seen everything, so maybe you have. But just keep going. There's a lot to dig into here, and we're seeing people get deeper into comics and lore in response to the clues. I saw Hawkman with his binders. That was amazing, and I love to see it. I love to see fans taking this as seriously as we are. It's an honor to get to do this with you guys and work on this. So look, expect a lot of opportunities to dive really deep into the world of Gotham. There's a lot here that we're going to keep hiding, and we're not going to tell you everything. That's our favorite thing to do, because we know that your favorite thing is digging and finding this stuff out for yourselves.
Wow, thanks, Matt. Josh, can you tell us more about the Batman Archives tour? What kind of things will we be able to see?
Oh, for sure. We've been working hard at this. I think I said in a previous stages that we had to kind of wait for some of the Batman stuff to end up back at the archives. The stuff is all over the world, but we have a really solid, exciting, I guess I'll call it almost a show for you. But we're really going to take all of our backhaul holders inside the world of Batman, film-based Batman, to be clear, where you're going to see a lot of the props, a lot of the costumes, things that have never been taken out of archives before, and places that cameras have not been allowed. So you can imagine the conversations that we've had to have on the back end on that. The Warner Brothers Archives it's a really amazing place. It's just a magical place. The handful of us that are able to go there and kind of plan this it's a bit of a dream come true, because it's things that the general population doesn't get to see, or the general fan. And I think this is going to be a great way to bring that to all of you, who I would definitely say are the most dedicated Batman fans. So we're really excited to see that, to see you all enjoy that. How it's going to work? So we're producing it over the next few weeks as everything's come. We're going to be releasing it over a series of different videos that will only be exclusive to the backhaul holder. So we have a different kind of viewing platform. And so this isn't something that you're just seeing early and it's going to end up on YouTube later. This is something that's truly going to be unique for this audience, and something that we couldn't necessarily get access to for the general public. So it's going to be really special, and I think we'll set up the first of a lot of different behind the scenes types of content and access that we'll be doing over the coming years.
Thanks, Josh. Matt, when will transferability to third-party wallets and crypto integration happen?
Yeah, this is a question we're getting more. I can't give any kind of firm dates on this. It's probably going to be the new year now, but we're working on a number of things that sort of speak to this. Look, we know the point of NFTs is you should be able to move them around and do things with them. And we want to be everyone to be able to do this. We've got a bunch of things coming end of this year that we felt superseded this particular thing on our roadmap, in terms of the fun and awesomeness that it's going to bring to all DC fans, not just backhouse holders. I've hinted at this a few times before to a few of you, but there's a lot that we're working on that no one's really seen. There's a lot below the surface that's coming soon, and this is one of those things that's sort of just behind that. So definitely we'll have more on that at some point, but not got a date for it today.
Thanks, Matt. This is such exciting stuff. Okay, so now we've got some fan questions. The first one comes from @MG+. When more utilities come, will we be able to rent our cowls? Is it on the roadmap?
That's an interesting. Yeah, that's not on the roadmap as far as I understand it. I mean, it's definitely an interesting idea. I think the great thing about NFTs is it's so early, and you can do so many things with one once you have one sort of down the road. I don't know exactly how that would work, or why we'd want to do that, or whether that would be a thing that a lot of people wanted to do, but it's definitely an interesting thing to talk about. It's not on our roadmap currently.
Good to know. Okay, next one comes from @JudahLion. Is the rarity calculator going to be ready soon?
It is going to be ready soon. Again, I'm loath to give out any dates without the product team in the room, but that's another thing that we're working on.
Okay, next one comes from @IOBuys. Are there any plans for how the remaining cows owned by Dazed will be distributed? There are quite a lot, so we would not like to see them all get dropped at once.
Yeah, Daz 3D. So yeah, the Daz 3D crew who obviously worked on Bat Cows own a lot of those cows. They're not going to be dropping them all at once. I know that they've put a few up for sale, and I've been really excited actually because they have some really great ones, and we've seen a few good ones hit the market. But yeah, they're being very mindful of that.
Okay, next comes from @Roranator. How many discs of the same do we realistically really need? Is there an advantage to holding multiples of the same, or is it a waste, honestly?
That is a good question. So I think, again, this is one of those things when we've got some plans that involve the discs that will mean you may need different combinations of discs. In terms of merge and burn, and how overdrive's going to work, but we don't have all those recipes. We can keep working on those and making those up, and we're going to do that. So I really can't say, oh yeah, definitely go and get this many discs now. But look, I think there'll always be an opportunity to go and get discs, and we're going to try and architect the whole plan with overdrive in such a way that people aren't being left out, and they can go and grab the things they need.
Great. Next one comes from @Buckaroo Black. In terms of all of the detective work, are we supposed to be using Spyscape app and experience specifically as the basis for our clues and story here, or are we using Spyscape as a means to learn more about the world of Batman?
I can probably jump on that one, Matt.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I think Spyscape was and is an incredible experience at New York, and the app itself. It's definitely separate. It's something that we wanted to do for our Cowl holders during NFT NYC specifically. But Matt, I think we could probably say that was a separate instance. Yeah.
Great. Okay, next question comes from @Hawkman007. Will any of our Bat Cowls appear in Batman the Legacy Cowl? Are comics other than Batman the Legacy Cowl incorporating elements of this project in any way?
Good question. Yeah, I can definitely take a stab at that one. I don't know. It's a short answer on the Legacy Cowl. Some of the details of the Legacy Cowl, I know the writers are keeping close to their chests outside of the votes, and I'm as excited as a fan to see where they land with that. Along with everyone else. But I think in terms of what's going to happen in future and what else could we do with cows, that's always an open-ended question. And it's one that the teams at Palm and DC ask each other multiple times a week about different things. Is there any awesomeness for cow holders here that we haven't thought about yet? That's always a question we're asking ourselves. So yeah, whenever there's a question where it's do you know what's going to happen in future for cows completely? The answer is always no. And the reason the answer is always no is because we're always trying to think of the next awesome thing.
Great. Last question comes from Ishogai. Are there rewards for solving the crimes reported by the Bat computer? What is the best way to report a solved case if we are capable of such a thing?
That's a good question. I don't think we can say anything at this point on any rewards, but if you do solve something, certainly Batcow's Discord, right here where we are right now, is the best place to report anything.
Great. Okay, so we've got some extra time. Why don't we open it up to just a few questions from the audience? Maybe like 5 or something like that. If you want to request to speak, if you have a question, just click on request to speak. Does anyone have any questions from the audience?
That thorough, Matt. Yes.
Yeah, we just covered it all. We covered the entire roadmap.
Like, is it working?
Fast. Well, it doesn't look like...
We do have people requesting to speak, but it looks like there's some sort of technical difficulty.
Okay, yeah, it looks like we can see people requesting to speak, but we can't see... I believe B Games, are you able to allow these people to speak?
Yeah, that's the technical difficulty. It doesn't look like Discord is showing me who is requesting, but it's showing that people are requesting, just not the individual people.
I'm seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
Can we, maybe people can drop it in the chat somewhere?
Yeah, if you could drop it in the chat, that would be great.
I guess we probably should tell them which chat.
Yeah, just head over to Gotham General. Drop your questions in there.
Do you guys see the questions?
Here's one from Mando. Matt, maybe you can answer this. Is there any bonus for cowl holders with Harley Quinn material for the Harley Quinn drop?
I can answer that. The answer is yes. I'm not saying anything else.
Another one specifically for Matt. What was it? Do you need any graffiti in Gotham? I don't know if I know that one.
Do we need any graffiti? I think Gotham always needs more graffiti.
Always got.
Yeah, I see you, Moxa. You're doing a brilliant job on that stuff. We're gonna need more, always.
Here's another question. Will users voting on the comic outcomes get any recognition for doing so? Possibly names listed within the comic?
I'll echo Matt from saying before. You know, there's some things we're still keeping close. You know, the nice thing about doing all this voting on the blockchain is we know everybody that's voted. And we are getting a great turnout. So I think people will be happy.
Let's see. There are so many questions coming in. It's difficult to pick one. What about when will OG cowl holders get those perks for holding our original cowls?
That's a good question. I mean, the first perk was the Night Watch, right? Everybody who had a cowl they bought on Mint got a Night Watch NFT. Again, you know, that is something we can and probably will revisit at some point in terms of OG cowl holders. It's been amazing to see how many people have just held their cows, which is, you know, that's what we wanted to see. Like we designed this to be an experience, to be a journey that we wanted people to come with us on, and that's what's happening. So that's amazing.
There's one question here that I particularly like that I think is funny. My wife wants to know why I'm spending so much time here, because it's the best. It's an awesome place to be.
My wife has similar questions.
My husband asks the same questions to me. What will be the distribution style of the Legacy Cowl comic?
think this is another one, Josh, we want to keep pretty close to the chest for now, right?
Yeah. Maybe we jump to this one about the Palm Explorer data. I know that
Yeah, so the hard part about this for us is the Explorer is a separate company. It's not the data that Explorer is getting from the Palm blockchain is not 100% accurate, and it's on the Explorer team to update that. We've let them know, and it's in their roadmap to update it, but we don't really have any visibility into when that's happening. How many Cowl holders wallets do we have? I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, other than it's fairly similar to sort of where it's been. I think it's like 6,000-7,000 holders wallets. And again, sort of to my earlier point, people aren't really letting go of their Cowls at a sort of, you know, at a sort of rate that's meaningful. People are holding on to their Cowls and staying on this journey. And I think that's something that we're all pretty excited about.
There's another one here about why not burn about 70% of what's left of the Cowls, and I think we should just reiterate those were never, you know, when we went to market and had the 200,000, we only minted what was purchased. So
yeah,
there's nothing to burn, I guess is the point there.
Yeah, those Cowls just don't exist.
Yeah.
Is interoperability between the chains still on the roadmap?
Between the chains?
Yes.
That's
what this question is.
Yeah, okay. I goes like which chains? But certainly if you're talking about mainnet, yeah, like so third-party wallet integration is the thing that needs to happen to make that happen. But you know, once we've done third-party wallet integration from the NFT.DC Universe wallet to MetaMask or others, MetaMask has been fully integrated with the Palm network since we launched the Palm network, and you can bridge NFTs from the Palm network to mainnet pretty easily. We've got a bridge that's been up and running since our first project over a year ago with Damien Hirst that people are using on a daily basis. So yeah, that's all going to be ready to go. It's already ready. The missing piece is wallet-to-wallet integration.
Okay, this one question is getting tons of upvotes, so I'm going to ask it. Is it one Harley drop per Cowl or per account?
I think that one we will get in it. Well, you go ahead, Matt.
I think it's per Cowl, but yeah, I'll double check on that.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we post that publicly. We don't want to tell you the wrong thing right now.
Okay, we'll take one more. I'll let you guys pick.
They're all so good, and all.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. There's a few that are kind of summed up of like, you know, kind of marketing about the project involving celebs and just kind of in general, kind of what's coming. And I'm gonna really try to avoid the word soon, but I think, and Matt can attest to this. There is an army of people working on this project. It's a little chaotic how many people and how many resources we have going into this. Every day we jump on 25, 30 people at a click. We were just on with Jim Lee earlier today. So there's a lot of stuff going in. So I know people are sick of hearing soon, but Matt alluded to, there's a lot of really great stuff we're working on, and Web3 is taking some time.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's all the questions we've got time for today. So we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much, Josh and Matt, for your time. For everyone who owns a Cowl and hasn't checked out the private Discord, let us know in the chat and we'll help you out. And for anyone who wants a Cowl on the secondary market, please head over to nft.dcuniverse.com to buy one now. The next utility drop is October 6th. Can't wait to see what WB and Palm have planned next for the community. Thank you all for your time today. Have an awesome day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.